All right, what is up, Pit Bulls? So every time I post one of these short reports here, I get a lot of questions about what everything means on the short report. So I wanted to take the time to go over this with you guys. Um, let's start at the bottom. All right, so the exchange is trading on the recorded date. Most of them have the percentage owned by insiders and institutions, and this just means usually from the prior month's reportings, what the not local, what the institutions reported because they have to report their ownership, and same as the insiders, that would be like the director, the CFO, things like that. Um, Market cap, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Trading volume average. So on average, and this is a newer stock, so this stock's only been around, it's been around under a year. So on average, it's been trading at a little bit over 4 million. Today, when it says today, it's actually talking about last Friday, because today is Monday morning and nothing's happened yet really. So, but last Friday it was a little bit less than that. So last Friday, and then this is the percentage right here, how much less. So that was 64% of its average volume. Over in this area right here, then above that, it says it's 52-week performance. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It's up 78% in the past 52 weeks. His low was 1037. Its moving average is 1710, and its 50-day, it's 200-day moving average. That's where it says MA. So the 50-day MA is moving average, and the 200-day MA is 1734, and then just shows you that it's up that much from the moving average. And from its high, so its 52-week high is 2826, it is actually down 33.55%. All of that down there is pretty generic general info that you'll find everywhere else. Now what you see above it with this green here is a little bit exclusive to this website. This is shortsqueeze.com. You can get some free information from here. However, I pay for the membership. And so if you're a member of the Pit Bulls or anything, God damn it, I forgot to say it again. If you're watching this on YouTube, click like and subscribe right now, because I forget every time for the beginning of the fucking video. Anyways, hit like and subscribe. I'm supposed to say that. My son told me to say that. He watched a lot of YouTube. He know how it's done. Anyways, okay, so the short part. The daily short sale volume, that is the percentage of the sales for that day that are going to short sellers. So you'll see sell orders going through on the tape. You'll see in the level 2 data who's buying, who's selling. This number represents the amount of those shares that are being sold by short sellers, They should make a whatever you call it. She sells, buy, C short thing over it. It's being sold by short sellers. So 37% of the volume. And then this part right here, daily naked short selling list, where it says yes, that's really important. Okay. So they have this whole naked short selling list within shortsqueeze.com. Sorry, I had a message that was important that just came through. Anyway, so they got a list of all the naked short sellers. Naked short selling is occurring on this. Some people will tell you that naked short selling is illegal. Some people say it's frowned upon. There's nothing being done about it. Let's say that. But basically, it's people borrowing stocks that they don't own to sell them. So with GameStop, that was a great example of a lot of naked short selling going on. It can also be with shares that don't necessarily exist. So that's what happened with GameStop is short sellers came in and they sold shares short naked that did not exist. So they didn't borrow the shares from the broker first, then sell them short. They just sold them short. They didn't exist. Those shares never were with the broker or anyone else. With IPOE, there's a certain strategy here, I believe, that the shorts are using, and that is once the merger goes through, there will technically be more shares available on the market. So once that happens, they're thinking, oh, I can cover my position then, and they will likely hold until then. Hopefully we can prevent that from happening by cranking this baby up. Not unnaturally, just because it's going to run up to the merger. So that's what the naked short selling is. It's rare that you see this as a yes. So when you do, it's a good sign that there's going to be an incoming squeeze. Now, the short squeeze ranking is actually, you see it's trademarked. That's something that's trademarked at shortsqueeze.com. It's only with paid subscription. I'm not an affiliate. I don't get anything for dropping their name or anything like that. But the higher this is, the better it is. So the higher that is, the more likely it is for there to be a short squeeze on that name, is what they mean by it. So 137 is a great short squeeze ranking. This one's ranked up there, and that's because this is a catalyst upcoming, the naked short selling that's going on, the amount of shares that are short, etc. Short interest, this would be the prior shares short. So I believe it's going day to day on shortsqueeze.com. So however many shares were out short the prior day, then it tells you the entire float. So that's how many shares are available, period. And then it also gives you the short interest, which is determined by the current shares short. I'm going to have a hard time with this, tongue twisters. And that's just how many for that day then were short. So then you see how many were, you subtract short interest prior to the short interest current, and you get a 5% increase of the entire float. Then of these about 80 million shares, there's about 32% of the entire float that is out short. And then 5.5 is the short interest ratio, aka days to cover. Now, a lot of people misunderstand this piece right here, and they think that days to cover means literal days, like they have 5.5 days until they have to pay back their short position, or they're screwed or whatever. I don't know, but that is not what days to cover means. Days to cover is calculated by taking the quantity of shares that are currently sold short and dividing that by the amount of the stock's average daily trading volume. So it's not an actual literal number saying that that's how many days that the shorts have to cover. All right, so it's just a calculated number based on the quantity of shares currently sold short and the amount of that stock's average trading volume. Okay, I hope this helps you guys out with reading this up here. Also, this little number here is the increase. I don't know where that's from. If that's from Friday, I think it went up way more than that on Friday. Could be wrong. And its current price right now. So hopefully this helps me break it down to you and you guys understand what these short reports mean. You'll be getting a lot of them. All right, peace.